Yo, free Prop Beaver. There's somehow a cult following for Prop Beaver that's developed. I don't understand it. Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday to all. Hope you all had a great Tuesday. The ticket, for me personally, the ticket finished in the red, but I actually made a few dollars because, I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, I put a live bet down on the Braves that put me into the green. So I did make about $120 last night, which, hey, I'll take it. Green is green. Toast and Jay are with me. I think we have 12 games, 12 to get through. So let's run it. Let's run the intro.
Welcome to the source. The source. Source. Hey, get the source.
All right. Yeah. So like I said, we got 12 games to get through because there's some games already happening. Already off to a nice start with the Marlins coming back and winning. That was awesome. And another thing we should mention for last night, Prop Beaver on a bit of a heater with his Underdog tickets. His thing hit last night. I think 7 of his last 8 legs have hit. He's cooking up one right now that we'll get to. So he's sitting right next to me. So we got another Underdog ticket coming from Prop Beaver. But let's go ahead and get started with the first late game, which is Twins at Tigers. Let's run a poll. Twins, Tigers, over, under. Poll is up. Cast your votes. I have my notes ready today. I came prepared. So actually, I'm starting off with a parlay. I am pairing I like the Twins, and I was down to lay that minus 145 juice. Then I was on the phone with Toast, and he was like, bro, you know that moved to like minus 165, right? Moved like 20 cents in 2 hours. I didn't even notice. So I got priced out. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking the Twins, pairing them with the Braves, and that comes out to be about plus 118. Twins moneyline, Braves moneyline parlay. Here we go. Just a few notes here. Yesterday the Tigers stole one. They won 6-0. But all the elements were pointing against Minnesota. First of all, there was a lefty on the mound. It wasn't just any lefty. It was Erod. Also, there was no Julian. There was no Kepler. And there was no Buxton in the lineup. Now, there's still no Buxton. He's still hurt. But Julian and Kepler are back in the lineup for the Twins. And they get to hit against a righty in Alex Faedo in this one. Now, Alex Faedo actually has shown signs of being decent here and there. But we know how good the Twins lineup has been against right-handed pitching for the last 6 weeks, 2 months now. So I expect the Twins to bounce back and score runs here. I know Bailey Ober got rocked in his last road start, which was on the road in Kansas City, but he bounced back after that. He pitched a really good game in Arizona. Bailey Ober's been really good on the road this year, so don't let that one bad road start in Kansas City just sway you off him. He's been good on the road. So yeah, I like the Twins to win this one. I'm pairing it with the Braves. Toast,
yeah, I can't really add much to that besides the fact that I use Boston instead. I would much rather get that minus 230 price fading Jordan Lyles. But it is hard to like. It is hard not to like the Braves. I didn't even realize David Bednar has pitched 4 of the last 5 days. What are they trying to tear his goddamn arm off? Jesus.
No, well apparently I was watching that game because I had the Braves and the minus 1.5 and the live bet, so I had the sound on. Apparently, he went to the manager and was like, put me in. Like, I want this win. Apparently, like, it was his call.
That's why you protect yourself. Protect them from themselves.
Right.
But anyway, they do things differently in Pittsburgh, I guess. But yeah, Minnesota and Boston, for me, I'll talk more about Boston when we get there.
Too bad Boston's going to lose, but we'll get that later.
Yeah, okay.
I like Minnesota in this spot, but it's Minnesota or pass for me.
The
thing about the Twins is, I've said this all year, they're a 50-50 team. And I know they just went on a 5-game win streak. And so in my mind, what that means is they got a 5-game losing streak coming back the other way. Does it start today with, it already started yesterday, but with Faedo on the other side, it's hard for me to want to fade the Twins, man. Not in this spot. So I do think that they got a little losing streak coming up soon, but I don't think today. I think today they possibly get back on track. So,
all right. So none of us taking Detroit here. And as expected, the community agrees with us. 60% of our viewers betting the Twins, 29% Tigers, 5% under, 4. Damn, the under again with the under. A lot of under bettors been watching the show recently. Next up, we got Nats at Phillies. Let's run a poll. Nationals, Phillies over under. All right, poll is running. Mackenzie Gore versus Michael Lorenzen. How good? I don't know if you guys watched. How good did Michael Lorenzen look in his first start with the Phillies? Holy shit.
Really good.
This one is a Phillies or pass for me. I'm still a little salty that I didn't get I had Phillies -1.5 2 days. Today's Wednesday, so this was Monday. It was the day it got rained out, and I had Phillies -1.5 as my top bet. I loved it against that depleted Nationals bullpen. I loved it, and then the game got rained out, and then they played it and they covered that. So I would have had a nice top bet hit on Monday. Still a little salty about it. I like the Phillies in this one. Like I said, Lorenzen looked great. Something I'm a little concerned about as far as, where did the graphic go? I have it right here. 1 second. Maybe I have it under this game. Damn. I have a graphic that shows the Nationals bullpen. I'm sorry. I don't know where the hell I put it. But the Nationals bullpen, some questionable usage there. Who knows what they'll do, but you got guys like Kyle Finnegan, Jordan Weems, and Machado. That's their three main arms with Hunter Harvey hurt. All three of them have pitched 4 of the last 5 days. So I would assume they're not available. I mean, throwing 5 out of 6 days is crazy. I don't know, but I don't know what they're doing down there. But I'd go Phillies. I wouldn't take a shot with Washington here.
Yeah, I'm all over the Phillies. Phillies -1.5 for me. Like you said, that Washington bullpen is just absolutely taxed. And even the guys below are like that, like Lasora or however you say his name. He went 27 pitches yesterday as well. So there's like no point where you can say that there's an advantage deep into this game. And then if you take a look at what Mackenzie Gore has done in his career against the Phillies earlier this year, he's faced them twice this year. Earlier the year in Philadelphia, 2 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs. And then at home against the Phillies, 6 innings, 9 hits, only 3 runs. So he looked good with them against them last year, but his 2 starts against them this year have just been horrible. We know the Phillies against right-handed pitching, but against lefties, you can kind of count on them a little bit more. So I'll take my chances. I'm going to try to find myself, I also did a Turner, Bohm, and Real Muto hit parlay, I think, but I'll post that later.
Real quick, I did find the graphic, by the way. It's right here. So here's the bullpen usage that we're talking about. Washington's obviously on the bottom. You can see 4 out of the last 5 days for these 3 guys. Like Toast said, LaSorsa, Ferrer, both 23 and 27 pitches. So heavy usage. Jay, you betting this one?
Yep, and I'm on the Phillies run line in this one as well. I think they beat up on the Nationals. Now, I'll give the Nationals some credit. They are playing some of their best baseball. They really have been for quite some time, but I just don't think the matchup sets up well for them in this spot. I think Gore's in a little bit of trouble on the road. I think Lorenzen in a separate city, like you said, off of a nice game, his first game, I think he looks good again here. And I like the Phillies bats to show up, kind of like what Toast was saying against lefties. Their offense has been coming to play, put up 9, 8, 8, 4 their last game, but I expect them to continue rolling offensively, and I think Lorenzen keeps the runs down the other side, so I'll lay it here with the Phillies.
All 3 of us congruent so far through the early going. No real disagreements yet, but we'll get to some. According to the poll, and the community's on our side too, 69% of our viewers bet in the Phillies, 14% Nats, 11% over, 4% under.
Well, now I'm just wondering what the disagreement's going to be about.
Oh, I'm sure I have several. I got some good ones. I got some heaters coming. I actually took this off the ticket. I don't know, Toast, when I talked to you before, I told you I was betting the Cardinals. Last minute took it off. So it's a Cardinals or pass for me, but it's a pass. I'm not betting this game. If I was to bet it, I would take another shot with the Cardinals. They had the lead. I had them yesterday, plus 150 or whatever. They had the lead for most of the game. It was 1-0. Blew it at the end. I would love to go back to them, but you know what? There's actually a decent amount of bets on this slate that I like. And when I had too many, I just wanted to shave a couple off, and the Cardinals were one of the ones that got the axe. I expect them. Look, yesterday they got held to 1 run through 7 innings from Eflin. That's Eflin. That's Eflin at home in Tropicana, where he's been excellent. Now they get Jalen Beeks. We've seen this guy get beat. We've seen this guy Beeks get sparked several times recently. I could definitely see the Cards putting up a couple runs early. Dakota Hudson, say what you want about him. He just threw an absolute gem against the Twins in his last start. I don't expect him to shut the Rays bats down, but I think he could be formidable. Most importantly, he went 7 innings in his last start. And if you can get deep into this game, solve some of the Cardinals' bullpen problems, I really think the Cardinals have a good chance to win at plus 130. But like I said, I'm not personally betting it.
Yeah, I had a nice little sleep in with the sun this morning, so I wasn't on these because I knew I wasn't going to be playing these early games. But I did bet the Cardinals after that phone call at plus 145. Screw that 130. I got plus 145. At that point, it's just a pure play on the number for me. I don't really trust the Rays at this price. I understand they're 7-3. Their last 10, they're playing much better. But Dakota Hudson's, started games in the World Series. This isn't like some situation where he's gonna. I don't feel like he's in some bad spot. So I think he pitches okay. Is there a chance that he gets sparked up too? Yeah, but at the same time, that Tampa bullpen doesn't really do it for me right now, on top of the fact that Fairbanks and Adam both went yesterday at 20 plus pitches. Again, they're going to be available, but again, if the Cardinals see him again, I think that's a little bit advantage Cardinals. So if I'm getting plus 145, not a big play, but I did bet him.
I would love to keep it going, but I can't. I'm going to go raise or pass. It got out of control price-wise for me is why I'm not betting. I didn't want to lay the minus 175, and I didn't want to chase a run line. But if I were to bet it, I would take the Rays. Like Toast said, man, the Rays, they went through that terrible stretch, came to Texas, got swept, was playing terrible baseball. But since, they've kind of turned it around, and I still think we'll compete with the O's for the division in this one. But I like Dakota Hudson. We were talking this morning. There's an argument to be made that Hudson is probably the best starter left in this rotation for the Cardinals. So the Cardinals, I've stuck a fork in them. You will not see me betting them probably for the rest of the season.
I stuck a fork in them, he said.
Yeah, I stuck a fork in them, man. I can't do it. So I'm leaning Rays in this one. It's just the price a little too high on the money line.
Guy in the comments says Rays will miss playoffs. That's a stretch. I mean, they're 5 games up. We're getting down the stretch here. It's not impossible.
Without McClanahan.
Yeah, but he was ass before his last 5 or 6 starts were trash anyway. But no, I think miss the playoffs is pretty bold.
Confirmed Coast sleeps all day, bro. I got a freaking 10-month-old, a 10-year-old, 3 dogs. I don't sleep much at all, bro.
People forget you're 4 hours behind. So our community, 61% betting the Rays, 24% Cardinals, 7% over, 7% under. Let's move on to the next game, which is...
Also, Jay, I'm stealing. Stick a fork in him.
Yeah, I got to stick a fork in him.
I stuck a fork in the Cardinals. Astros, Orioles, over, under. All right, poll is running. Toast, you want to go? Anyone want to go first on this one?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
I'm on the Astros. I love the fact that I'm getting the bad guys here at a big plus price. I am well aware of Christian Javier struggles on the road, because I don't want to say, I mean, it's bad, especially if you compare his home ERA to his road ERA. I get that. It's probably almost like a 2-run difference. I just don't think he's pitching horrible. And at the same time, I'm a Jack Flaherty guy. I truly believe that he's a good pitcher and he's going to continue to pitch well in this league. But if you just take a look at who he's seen his last 7 starts, it's not really like a murderer's row. Toronto, Arizona, Chicago Cubs, I'll give him that one. They've been hitting the ball decent. The Nationals, the Fish, the Yankees, the Nats again. So at no point is he really facing a team that could really hit him up really hard. At least I feel like the Astros possibly could. So we saw the Astros last night get to that bullpen, and that bullpen, by the way, I don't even know who's going to be available. But even if, let's just say that Bautista and Cano are both available, which they're not. I know Bautista's not available for sure at 30 pitches yesterday. But even then, I've said this many times on the show, and I was on Baltimore yesterday too, but I've said this many times, like Bautista and Cano, all their metrics and stuff are telling them, all these guys that track this stuff, that they're something to be watched. Their arm angles are lower, all this good stuff. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know about that, but I know that those guys know what they're talking about, and we've seen it. There haven't been the same type of dominant guys we saw in the first part of the season. So if you're going to give me this bad guys team that's continuing to fight their way into fight their way into the playoffs at a big plus price, it's the bad guys for me. This is the team that I love to bet on, a huge price. I got to do it.
Jay?
Sign me up with my guy Toast. I'm on the Astros today too, and as a Rangers fan, I keep telling them I think we win the division, but the Astros are not going to hand this to us. They're not. The Astros. Baseball has ran through Houston, especially in the American League, the last few seasons, and it's something to be said about when this Astros go and play the top tier teams this year. My Rangers, they compete like hell. In order to be the man, got to beat the man, and I think it's something to really be said about that. They were down and out yesterday, and you saw them fight back, come back, grand slam to win it in the top of the ninth. Like, this is the Astros, and it's getting towards that time of year. I love the O's. I do. I think the O's are a great story, and I think they will compete. And I think this could possibly be a playoff series, and it's going to be a competitive one. But in this game tonight, I expect to bounce back from Javier. He's lost 3 straight, but I think he'll be okay tonight. I don't think the starters equate to who wins. And like Toast said, man, I think that bullpen for Baltimore's a little taxed. And I'm leaning Stros here, and can't knock it at the plus money price too. I think they can pull another upset.
Yeah, we're gonna sweep it. I'm on Houston as well. I feel like last night that was Baltimore's game to win. I had Baltimore, and I liked their history against Framber Valdez, and they sparked him again. They scored 6 runs on Framber last night. They got to him. I mean, they had a 6-3 lead in the 9th inning with arrested Batista on the mound. That they're gonna win that game 99.9 times out of 100. Crazy grand slam at the end. But that was their game to win, in my opinion, because now it's switched it up. Now they're going to see a righty in Christian Javier, who definitely is in need of a good start. Don't have a ton of faith in Christian Javier. The reason I'm betting the Astros is more on the side of the Houston offense. Jack Flaherty's so due to get rocked, man. Let's pull up. Here's his Toast likes Jack Flaherty. This dude is just cruising for a bruising. Look at his game logs right here, Jack Flaherty. You could see, yeah, he pitched a great game in Toronto. That was his first game with the Orioles. That's right on top. And if you scroll down to the bottom in early July, 2 great games there against the Yankees and Marlins. But look at the 3 in between. I mean, against Arizona, the Cubs are hot. But against Arizona and the Nationals, these aren't elite outings here. Houston's going to hit the shit out of this guy. We know Flaherty's capable of being rocked. It's happening today. I would also lean over because I also could see, Christian Javier, we know he's capable of being good. He's just, his fastball has no life on it. I'm sure he'll find a way to fix it eventually, but I'm on Houston.
Also, just really quickly, I was on Flaherty and Baltimore in that Toronto start, so I wouldn't have minted it back then, but he was in jams multiple times in that game. One hit could have changed the whole complexion. Before he got out of a bases loaded jam the inning that he left, so there was definitely spots where he could get hit.
Yes, and our poll is definitely on Baltimore here. 50% of our viewers betting Baltimore, 40% Astros. If you're betting the Orioles, keep in mind the odds makers seem to be on your side. They're definitely taking a position on Baltimore here. But this lineup is minus 140. This line's up to minus 145, and the action's coming in pretty even. In fact, there's some sharp action in on Houston. So odds makers definitely think the Orioles are going to take this one. I just disagree. So there's a sweep there. Houston across the board. Let's move on to the next game, which is Braves at Pirates. Thank God that for the Braves last night. Last night could have been really bad. I won the Braves minus 1.5 and a live bet on the same thing. That was awesome.
If he keeps it up, mute that guy in the comments, Sauce.
Oh yeah, I'll mute him now. Some people seriously need to be locked away. Someone's having a mental breakdown in the comments.
Just like,
yeah, I muted him. All right, polls running. Cast your votes. So Braves at Pirates. I already gave you guys already know what I'm doing for this one. I paired the Braves and the Twins. Moneyline parlay was plus 118, I think. So yeah, Braves and Twins paired together. My notes for this game, I wrote, do you really need a description on why Max Fried and the Braves will beat Quinn Priester and the Pirates? That's what I wrote. So yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone's on board here with the Braves. Yeah.
I'm definitely not on board with the Braves. I can tell you that.
Go ahead.
Right
Take
now.
Pittsburgh. Take Pittsburgh.
I didn't bet the Pittsburgh. I'm just saying I'm not on board with the Braves. I don't want that blanket statement on my airwaves with my face on there.
So you want to ride a pass then?
Yeah, over or pass for me. I played over last night. It seemed pretty well. I'm sure the Braves kicked the hell out of them. But at plus money, it kind of makes me think, kind of worries me a little bit. So I ended up passing on it personally. Yes, I'm a coward.
Jay? Don't do it, Jay.
Yeah, please, God.
Don't do it,
I have
Jay.
my phone open right now. I swear
He's
to God.
got a Pirates face on right now. He's got a Pirates look on his face.
I'm taking the Pirates 1.5.
Oh, plus 1.5. Okay, plus 1.5. Okay.
I'm doing the money line.
I kind of like Priester. And I think the way the Braves have been playing, this has been a competitive series. I think this could be a 6-5 ball game at the end or a 3-2 ball game. I will say Fried in his first game back looked absolutely money. He was beautiful. But I think he might give up a few here. And I think the Pirates come to compete. We've seen Priester just about every game he's pitched get a little and slightly better. And I think this is another spot where we can see him be okay. Now, am I rushing to the window to fade the Braves in this spot with Fried on the mound? I am not. But I think the Pirates can't compete in this one. I do. I'm going to take a shot here. Pirates plus 1.5.
He takes the Pirates.
I know.
Wow. I mean, like, I took the Pirates money line the other night. So I'm down with taking shots on that. I just don't like this particular one.
Fried looked good. I understand everybody on the Braves today. I do.
66% of our viewers on the Braves, 15% of the Pirates. So there's some people out there in the comments that are riding with Jay on this one. 13% over, 3% under. Let's cruise on to the next game. Game number 6, which is Cubs at Mets. Let's run a poll here. Cubs, Mets.
So glad I didn't bet the Mets last night because that would have pissed me off.
Yeah, well, I had the over and it lost too. That game did not. That at least like the opposite of what I was expecting last night. Carrasco looked pretty good. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on. I mean, where's the poll? Is the poll not running? Let me try again. Sorry about that. Cubs, Mets, over, under. Ask your community. There we go. Sorry about that. Poll's running. So, yeah, last night I had the over. I was expecting runs on both sides, and we didn't see that. Cubs won 3-2. Maybe for this one, maybe I'm the most square dude on the planet. But I'm taking the Cubs on the money line. I don't really understand the line. I know Prop Beaver likes Peterson. He thinks he's pretty good. I'm not getting it. The Cubs have looked, if you take the sample size of just 2 weeks or even a month, there's no question the Cubs have been the much better team, and we're getting them at minus 105 here. I like Hendricks. Do I think the Mets score a couple runs on him? Yeah, but there's no way I just can't see the Mets stopping the Cubs from putting up at least 5 or 6 in this game. So I'd say Cubs. I'd also lean over.
It truly blows my mind that David Peterson's the hill Beaver wants to die on. But anyway,
he likes him. He likes Peterson.
I know. This isn't new. I've known this for a while. I'm on the Cubs as well. I didn't play it for a full unit. I only played it for 0.75, but I just don't see how you can get to the Mets. Let's just pretend that David Peterson pitches well today. He's at max, he's going 6. Like, that's like his max. Over his last 7 starts, he's made it into the 6th inning or through the 6th inning one damn time. So you're at least going to get 4, maybe 5 at bats at that bullpen. That's god awful from the Mets with this Cubs team. So, at such a short price, I'll take my chances. I understand that Hendricks isn't the best guy in the world, but at the same time, that Cubs bullpen has been pretty damn good. So if he can just give us 4 or 5 decent 2-3 run ball, I think the Cubs can still win this game.
Are we sweeping, Jay?
Yes, we are. Another
one.
Team that I stuck a fork in is this Mets team. I think that on a daily basis, looking at fading the Mets to close out the season will probably be pretty profitable. And I think Scherzer summed it up when he was traded here to the Rangers. They are not looking to win. They're probably not looking to win next year. And 2025 is when they look to be good again. With that being said, I think the Cubs still can compete in their division. Have been playing some pretty good baseball coming out of the All-Star break. I see this as a spot for them. Peterson, Hendricks, I think it's pretty much a wash. But I think the Cubs are the better team right now. Hendricks might be slightly better. And I think the Cubs win this game. And getting them now, I see plus money, pretty close to it. Give me the Cubs.
Yeah, the line doesn't make sense. It's clear. This is another one where it seems like the odds makers are taking a position and they like the Mets. I'm not seeing it. clearly they have angles. Maybe they like Peterson, like Propyver does. Maybe it's the fact that Peterson's a lefty and the Cubs have really been hammering righties. I mean, they've been hitting lefties too, though. I'm not seeing it, but clearly the odds makers like the Mets. Our community's on our side here. It looks like 70% of our viewers bet in the Cubs, 14% Mets, 11% over, 2% under. Next game coming. I have an Ohio State hat. I have a hat for almost every single team. Someone said I need a Buckeyes hat. I got one. Trust me. Got a whole room full of hats.
I was just about to say, Kyle has a room, a door, and then a whole desk just full of hats.
I have hundreds. So Royals at Red Sox. Let's run a poll. I'm going to title this game Where Toast Was Wrong. Betting Boston. No, they're 2-8 in their last 10 games, right? Have you checked? You should go on and look at that. They're 2-8 in their last 10.
Where do I go to find that?
give me the Royals, man. Just a small half unit shot. Just one of those half unit taking a shot on a big dog here. I don't see how you could get to Boston. I'm curious to see what Toast is even going to say to try to spin this. Like I said, Red Sox just 2-8 in their last 10 games, and Red Sox, that's kind of on par. When they're hot, bet them. When they're cold, fade them. They seem to be cold right now. You got Pivetta pitching for Boston. This dude has had worse splits. Check this out. Pivetta has had worse splits at home in Fenway Park every single year with the Red Sox. So since he joined the team, he's been worse in Fenway Park every single year. And I'm talking about ERA up in the high 4s and 5s every single year. He doesn't pitch well in this ballpark. You got the Royals who have been hitting righties weirdly. Can't really explain it, but it's happening. I think at plus 195, the value's on Kansas City here. Let's hear what Toast has to say about Boston.
You're making it seem like I'm saying like Boston minus 1.5 is like my lock of the day. I paired them in a half a unit parlay, you scumbag. Like, Jesus Christ.
No. You're all in on Boston.
I mean, look. Jordan Lyles has won 2 games in a row. He's actually pitching somewhat decent, but the last game that he won, he gave up 8 hits and 5 runs. So if Boston can't get to this guy, so be it. Pavetta's kind of my guy. I understand he hasn't been great at home, but again, it's not a huge bet for me. It's not like I'm trying to knock down the door, but I think Boston ends up winning this game. That's what I'm going to bet on. That's what I'm going to do.
Daniel Vincent in the comments says, "Don't drink the dirty water; it'll make you sick."
That's true. It can.
Jay, you betting this one?
Red Sox run line for me here.
What? Yeah. After everything I just said.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because Jay doesn't know how to look up numbers either, Sauce. We are just beholden to you.
And listen, I was on Jordan Lyles in both of those wins. I think the first one I was in Vegas, and the second one I was on him again. But I think it comes to an end today. I think the Jordan Lyles good game streak comes to an end, and I would not be surprised if the Red Sox got to him early and often. It wouldn't surprise me at all. If he gave up 6 earned in 2 innings. Like, I can kind of foresee it. I think Pivetta will be better in this start, and I think the turnaround for the Red Sox probably starts here. That's just how I see it, so I'm not going to try to overcomplicate this one. I'm just going to take the Red Sox on the run line.
Boston minus 1.5. He's taking Jess. I don't appreciate that comment, by the way. That rap song, the lyrics are whack. I don't know if you guys heard that. Someone dropped a rap song about sports betting, and they were like, they had me in a verse. They were like, Sauce is keeping it spicy, but Toast will keep him in check or something. And I was like, what the hell kind of lyrics are these?
Sick.
Our polls on Boston. 46% of our viewers bet in the Red Sox, 33% Royals, 14% over. Let's move on to the next one. Toronto at Cleveland. I haven't touched this series. I think Toast, didn't you? You had Toronto, right? Yesterday?
Yeah.
Blue Jays, Guardians, over, under. I like the Blue Jays, but I don't have a lot to say about it. So what I actually ended up doing was, let me look at the odds on it. I had another parlay, but this is just a half unit. I paired Toronto and the Dodgers moneyline parlay, plus 180. I like Toronto. I like Kevin Gausman. I think he might be the best pitcher in baseball right now. And the Toronto does seem to give him some run support on the road sometimes, not really so much at home. I really don't have a lot to say about the game other than Cleveland sucks right now. Jay might have a fork in them as well. I don't really have a ton of faith in Cleveland, and with Gausman on the mound, I like Toronto to win. Paired it with the Dodgers because I think Bobby Thriller is back, but we'll talk about that later.
I'm on Cleveland. I took Cleveland at plus 145 or whatever it was. Yeah, 145. Not the biggest Gausman guy personally. Don't really like laying big numbers with him. He went into Cleveland last year and cooked. He obviously was much better on the road. I understand that, and I understand that the Cleveland offense isn't really that good. But I do think Logan Allen should be able to keep this Toronto offense at bay that's really not scoring a whole bunch of runs. Outside of that Boston series, I mean, let's just take a look at their last 10 games. 0-3, and then in Boston, 13-5-7. Okay, that's cool. Everything else, 1-4-3, 2-2. This team isn't scoring runs. So I can see an under as well, but if you're giving me a team that barely scores runs in the first place, I understand that Cleveland isn't scoring a whole bunch of runs either, but at plus 140, I'm going to take my chance with a nice home dog.
Curious to see where Jay's at this one.
I'm passing on the game. My play of the day yesterday was Toronto, and for them not to score at all was ew. It was disgusting. They had plenty of opportunities to do so.
I thought Toronto won 3-1 yesterday.
No, they lost.
No, that was the day before.
They lost 1-0 yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't bet this series, so I haven't watched one pitch of this series actually.
Yeah, so it was pretty nasty. And then I do like Kevin Gausman. I'm a Kevin Gausman guy, but Kevin Gausman's not good for your pocketbook because 4 of his last 5 games have all been L's. It just is what it is. You got to call a spade a spade. And do I think the Blue Jays, are they the better team in this game? Yes, especially with Jose Ramirez not playing. But in that same breath, I kind of like Logan Allen a little bit too, and I think tonight could be a solid game for him. So I just think it's a tough game. So I'm just gonna leave it alone today.
Jose Ramirez is playing though; he's appealing.
Oh, he's playing today.
But my thoughts on the Cleveland lineup is not really so much. Yeah, he is playing. He's appealing that, so I guess his suspension is
I thought it started today.
But ever since Naylor got hurt, that lineup sucks. I don't know if he was just such an important piece, or they all got cold.
Oscar's back though, so that gives them the same pop. So I mean,
that is not the same pop. Oscar Gonzalez, get the fuck out of here. Naylor was like one of the best sluggers in baseball for that month and a half stretch. Oscar, okay. Oh my God. Let's see what the poll says. 60% of our viewers betting the Blue Jays, 19% betting Cleveland, 14% under. A lot of people on the under in this one. 6% over. Let's go on to the next one. Yankees at Sox. The reason there's no pie charts on the bottom left is this line kept opening and closing. As of like 2 hours ago, the line wasn't even open. It is open now. Damn, I should have updated the graphic. My bad. Yankees, White Sox, over, under. But yeah, this line took forever to open. I am betting it, though. I'm polls running. Cast your votes. I'm playing the Yanks. There you go. Yankees money line. It's minus 118 on FanDuel, I believe, is where the line was at. This one might be moving though, because like I said, it kind of just opened. So like, who knows what's going to be going on with this one? But it's just an auto fade of the White Sox. I know they managed to squeak together 3 wins in a row there, but this is a team that should have one of Jay's forks in it. He bet the White Sox on this show last week, so I don't think he has a fork in this team. He should put one in though, because they traded their entire bullpen, and I just can't get behind them. Yeah, they're able to score runs here and there, but they have no bullpen. Yankees need these wins. I know Severino sucks. Trust me, I'm not thrilled with the idea of betting the Yankees here. But clearly, books have them as minus 120 favorites, even with Severino on the road. So I'll take the Yankees.
It's Severino? I thought it was Ian Hamilton.
Oh, I mean, this line opened and closed a bunch of times.
I think it's a bullpen day. For
I
the
hope
Yankees.
it's not Severino. No, it's Ian Hamilton now. It was Severino as of a couple hours ago.
So this is a bullpen day for the Yankees.
RotoWire. Wait, hold on. RotoWire still says Severino.
Well, either way, I guess we gotta wait and see. I gotta wait and see. I thought it was Ian Hamilton. If it's a bullpen day, I'm loving the Yankees. If Severino steps foot on that mound, I don't want to touch it. So, and I wouldn't even expect Severino to get laid up. It's just completely different. If I see this game, if it get Ian Hamilton in the bullpen day, we're getting a fantastic Yankees bullpen for the entirety of a game. Ian Hamilton, I trust him to go multiple innings. So, yeah, I need to look into this a little bit more, but it's Yankees for me.
Yeah, so Action Network says Ian Hamilton. RotoWire says Severino still. It looks like everyone in the comments is saying Hamilton. So I guess RotoWire is just wrong. I got to switch to Roto Grinders. I have a paid subscription for RotoWire. That's why I always use it, but I got to switch. Commish works for Roto Grinders, and Commish is cool, so we should use that. But, Jay, any bet for this game?
Taking the White Sox.
Come on, bro. Put a fork in this team. What are you doing?
Are you out of forks? Do you want me to send you some? We have plenty of extra. I got a big family.
This man needs more forks.
Bro. It's all good. I mean, I got plenty of extras.
Oh, man. I'm taking the White Sox and Clevenger today, man. I am. Clevenger ain't been that bad. I mean, 3 of his last 5, he's gone scoreless against Detroit, Dodgers, Cleveland. His last game wasn't terrible against Cleveland, and they lost. But, I mean, I think he'll be okay in this spot. I think the Yankees, they're done. I do. If I was a stick of fork,
saving your fork for the Yanks. I
would put it in the Yanks.
You're supporting the White Sox, but putting your fork. Your forks are misplaced. You have some misplaced forks.
We know what the White Sox are. That's the thing. We know what they are. They're a bad team that you can find value on, every now and then. The Yankees, they're a overvalued team on the daily, and they're not going anywhere. They're probably going to finish last in their division this year.
And still 20 games ahead of the White Sox.
I will say to Jay's credit, Clevenger got hit up his last time out, but that was against Cleveland, who he had seen 3 times in his last 7 starts. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that, Jay. He did look pretty damn good.
So, I'm going to take the Sox here.
Jay taking the White Sox. Wow. All right. Poll is on the Yanks, but not overwhelming. 47% of our viewers bet in the Yankees, 35% bet in the White Sox, 11% under. Another win for Undertown. So yeah, more split there than I thought. Let's move on to the next game, Giants at Angels. I really wanted that Giants win last night. I had Giants. That was one of my losses.
Dude, that and the Dodgers are just...
Yeah. So I don't know if you saw this. So they switched the Giants pitcher about an hour and a half ago to Tristan Beck. I don't know if you saw that, Toast.
I did. Remember, I woke up late.
Yeah, that's right. When you woke up, it was probably already Beck. Well, for a while, they only had Ryan Walker listed as the pitcher. And obviously, we know that he's just the starter. He's not going to go more than 1 or 2 innings. But they refused to tell us, so they finally told us it's Beck. I'm playing the Giants here against Ohtani. There's a reason everyone's betting the Yankees Everyone's betting the Angels, and this line's just sitting at -140. Odds makers don't seem to have a problem playing against all that Angels money. Ohtani as a pitcher, Ohtani as a hitter is a monster. As a pitcher, I think he's a little overvalued right now. He threw that complete game, 1-hit shutout in Detroit, which was excellent. It's a part of a doubleheader where he hit 2 homers and the other. That was crazy. But the 3 starts before that were all bad. He got hit up in 3 consecutive starts. His last start, he got taken out after, I think it was in the 3rd or 4th inning, due to cramping in his hand. The Angels, kind of like what Jay was saying about Kevin Gausman, the Angels are just 8-7 in Ohtani's last 15 starts. The way he's priced, you are taking a bath if you're betting the Angels money line when Ohtani pitching, because the Angels are splitting about 500 in his starts. And in this one, we're getting the Giants where, let's face it, I mean, I know that there's a lot of names on the Angels, but let's face it, the Giants are a better team than the Angels. There's a reason the Giants are 10 games above 500 in the playoff race, and the Angels season is almost over. They're a better team. And this guy, Beck, you might not have a ton of faith in it. You might not know who he is, but you know what? He threw 4 shutout innings against the D-backs. That was just about a week ago. Even though this is technically a bullpen day for the Giants, this guy could go 3 or 4 innings. And if it's a bullpen day for the Giants, in my opinion, the Giants have one of the best bullpens in baseball. The Rogers brothers and Duvall behind them. I love that bullpen. So at plus 130 or whatever this is at, plus 120. Plus 120. I'm taking a shot with the Giants and fading Ohtani.
It's a pass. I want to play the Angels at that short price, but Sauce illustrated it just why I'm not going to. So I can't get to the Giants here. Ohtani had a little bit of cramping, but that was precautionary. His last July has been his worst month as a starter his whole career. He looked horrible in July. His last 2 starts, 13 innings, no runs. So he left the other start because of cramping. I expect him to pitch fine, but I don't want to be on the side with 99% of the world.
Yeah.
I'm with Sauce on this one. I'm taking the Giants.
Good pick.
This is another one I'm not overcomplicating. I know Ohtani's on the mound, but the Angels have been the worst team since the trade deadline, and they should have done what we all think they should have done. They should have traded Ohtani and got some pieces and possibly moved on for the future. Instead, they did the opposite route, tried to acquire a few pieces and go on a run. And since then, they have the worst record in baseball. I think they're 7. They've lost 7 of 8. And I love Ohtani, but I mean, Ohtani's one man. He can't fix a whole team, and he probably has a good start today. And I still think the Giants win. They probably do what the Giants do, get the game late, and win the baseball game. That's what the Giants love doing. They're gonna outlast Ohtani and they're gonna win the game. So, like Toast said, or like Sauce said, getting the better team at plus money against an overrated player. Although he is the MVP, I think he's overpriced. I'm taking the Giants here.
Couldn't agree more. Our poll is taking the Angels. 46% of our viewers taking the Angels, 32% Giants, 13% under another win for Undertown. Let's move on to the next one. Padres at Mariners. I thought for sure, Toast, because we were both on Mariners, I thought for sure we were going to blow that game last night. When it was 2-0 going into like the 8th, in my head, I was like, we're losing this game. So let's run a poll. But we didn't lose. That's the good news. Mariners won for us last night. Padres, Mariners, over, under. Poll is running. Cast your votes. Toast, you want to start on this one, or are you still looking at? Is Toast frozen?
Am I? Damn.
I hear you. I don't know if
favorite game too.
No, wait. They can hear you. For some reason, your image is just frozen on the screen.
Oh. Well, if you know me and you can hear me, you already know, bro. We just gonna keep on betting Seattle until this fucking train can't stop. Give me Seattle plus 124. Look, I don't need to tell you guys how bad the Padres have been, but I can tell you guys right now that Emerson Hancock is the real deal. He's just like George Kirby. You're gonna see a lot of pitches. He's going to absolutely pound that zone. I just think that this is the time that we see another one of Mariners prospects. We've seen it with George Kirby, Logan Gilbert, Bryce Miller, Brian Wu. These kids know what they're doing. So I'll take my chances with a big plus price on the Mariners. It seems like everybody's betting San Diego. I don't know if they know who this Hancock kid is. I understand Darvish is decent, but Darvish on the road isn't the same guy for me. And again, it's just Padres team continues to find ways to lose. Trust me, I know. I watch every single pitch. So there's no question for me. I'm on the Mariners.
Jay?
I couldn't agree more with Toast. I'm on the Mariners. Until this team cools off, why stop riding with them? We kind of identified this, I think, the last 2 weeks I've been here, that the Mariners were going to go on a run. And the run I think they're going to go on. Another team here. Here's another team that I got a fork in. Padres.
But the White Sox are alive and well. What the hell is that?
The Padres, they're another overvalued team on a day-to-day basis. And do they have the talent? Yes, but has that talent translated to wins? No. And we got one of the hottest teams versus one of the teams that are really struggling. The Padres did the same thing the Angels did. They tried to acquire some talent at the deadline to get better, and they low-key got worse.
We're sweeping. Mariners across the board for me. Plus 124 sounds nice for a team that's 11-2 in their last 13. I mean, this team just keeps winning. Maybe the hottest team in baseball. Seattle's 11-2 in their last 13 games against Yu Darvish. Now, to be fair, Yu Darvish does seem to have gotten his shit together a little recently. He's starting to look a little more like himself. like himself. But we know historically you can fade Yu Darvish on the road and get away with it. You could be profitable fading Yu Darvish on the road, and this dates back multiple years now. When Yu Darvish is on, I don't want to fade him in San Diego, but I'm down to fade him on the road against the Mariners lineup that keeps finding a way to put runs on the board and win games. Padres also missing a couple arms in the bullpen tonight. Barlow not available. Nick Martinez not available. Mariners bullpen has not only been good, but every single one of their arms should be ready to go. Both Munoz and Brash pitched last night, but they threw 19 and 24 pitches. Both should be ready to go tonight. Plus 124, let's take the team that just can't seem to stop winning. Mariners across the board. And our poll is definitely on the Mariners. 53% of our viewers taking Seattle, 32% Padres, 8% over, 5% under. Let's see if we can get Toast back in here. Oh no, he didn't join yet. All right, let's move on to the last game. If Toast makes it back, cool. No big deal. Dodgers at D-backs. Oh, you're back? All right, Toast is back. Hold on, let me get him back in the air. Yeah, I think they could hear you fine. For some reason, your video just froze, but... Oh, okay. All right, so here comes Toast coming back in for the last game. And where's he at? Come on now. There he is. All right, we're back. We're doing Dodgers at D-backs. I don't know if you saw, Toast. We swept Mariners across the board, all three of us. So for this one, I don't even have many notes written. Arizona is one of the worst teams in baseball right now. I don't know. Jay should have a fork in this team. That's going to be said every single day now. Dodgers minus 1.5. This should have hit last night. This should have hit. I got so much ninth inning bullshit happened last night, and I was on the recipient with the Braves. That helped me. But I got screwed by the Orioles and the D-backs. Dodgers minus 1.5 last night. D-backs scored 2 meaningless runs late to cover. Not tonight. Bobby Thrillers looked good recently. My man's back. Remember how good this kid looked early in the season? He hasn't looked quite that good, but he's showing signs of coming back. Arizona just sucks. I'm pretty sure we did this on the show the other day and discovered that in the last 30 games, Arizona's the worst team in baseball. Toast, didn't we do that? Yeah, so, fade in the worst team in baseball right now. Dodgers minus 1.5.
Man, how the mighty have fallen.
Yep.
What happened to our snakes, Toast? What happened?
Dude, you're telling me 2-8 their last 10, 5-15 their last 20, 7-23 their last 30. It's all bad.
Terrible.
That being said, I'm on the snakes here.
Give
me the snakes on the money line at the nice little price of plus 115. In what world does this line make any sense?
In a world where this is the worst team in baseball.
I don't give a shit how bad they've been. Let's just take a look at, let's bet our lines, not teams. And we're knowing that Merrill Kelly has seen this Dodgers 2 times already. He's 0-1. I mean, he went 5 2/3 at this here in the desert and gave up 4 runs. He pitched better at Dodger Stadium, but he only went 2 2/3. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. The Dodgers used their top 2 bullpen arms last night. They're still going to be available tonight. There's no reason not to play the Dodgers here. Something doesn't smell right for me. I'll take a veteran Merrill Kelly on the mound with a fresh, rested dog shit Arizona bullpen. I just like being on my own island. I did bet Arizona tonight.
I stuck a fork in the snakes, Toast. I'm sorry. I did.
You on the Dodgers?
I'm on the Dodgers here. The Snakes, man, they were like 16 games above 500. We're right there with these Dodgers and the Giants for the division, and now they're gonna finish below 500. It's terrible how bad they fell off. And Kelly against the Dodgers, I don't think he's beaten them in his career. I don't think he's ever beaten them. I think he's like, he's like 0-10 in his career against the Dodgers. So
then why are the Dodgers only 135?
I know
they're free, right? It's free, right?
I know, but
it's free.
I can't take the Snakes here. I got to take the Dodgers. It's
Bobby Thriller.
It might be square, but I'm there.
I wouldn't even worry about it being square. I've been playing the Dodgers minus 1.5 for 4 years. Like, it's always square. I'm just saying this line's particular is weird.
As expected, the poll, shocker, doesn't agree with Toast here. 79% of our viewers on the Dodgers, 11% Arizona, 6% over, 2% under. So that is the last game. Let's do Toast. Did you send in an underdog today?
I didn't.
Okay, so we got one from Prop Beaver. Let's do it. All right, so we got to go here. So this is Prop Beavers from yesterday, and this smacked. This paid out 10 times. So if you tailed this, congrats. Prop Beaver's been hot as hell with these. Let's bring in his new one. You sent it to my email? Okay, 1 second. Let me just grab. And I'm looking at this for the first time with you guys, so I have no idea what Prop Beaver sent in for us. I just know he's hot. And here we go. So he sent in Logan Allen higher than 5 hits, Jordan Lyles higher than 6 hits, Bobby Miller lower than 2.5 earned runs, Mike Clevenger lower than 5 strikeouts. So that's another 4 pick, which would pay out 10 times. If you don't have Underdog, it's available in any state highlighted in orange on this map. So if you're in one of those states and want to try it, head over to UnderdogFantasy.com. I think it's UnderdogFantasy.com. Head over to the website or download the app. When you make an account, use the promo code BET, B-E-T, and they'll match $100 of your deposit bonus. So deposit $100, they give you a free $100 to play with. All right. Should we do some community parlay? Let's do it.
Hey, come on, it's the community parlay. What's the matter for you?
The community parlay was so close again last night. Who blew it last night? The Rays ended up winning. The Braves won. The Orioles. That grand slam, that's what lost the community parlay last night. That 9th inning grand slam. So close. Let's get the voting going. All right. Wednesday, August 9th. All right, so first game would be Twins at Tigers. They voted Twins. Nationals at Phillies. They voted Phillies. Cardinals at Rays. They voted Rays. Astros at Orioles. They voted Orioles on that one. All right, poll is running. Let's get the first leg going. Uh-oh, Rangers. You watching this?
I'm seeing this.
Uh-oh. Sauce My Cash is plus 230, plus 245 ticket here with Oakland.
I'm seeing that over there. They winning streak on the line.
I told you they're going to punt. They're punting this game. Looks like the Phillies are going to take this first one. First leg, Phillies money line. Phillies money line. All right, second leg coming. Where did I leave off here? Cardinals, Orioles. There we go. So we have Braves. Cubs, Mets was Cubs. Royals, Red Sox was Red Sox. Blue Jays, Guardians was Blue Jays. All right, second leg. Cast your votes.
Oh, and run back those props as last night. JP Crawford over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Not doing Kim today, but I am doing a Kim JP hit parlay at plus 135. So
this one's going to be Braves. So Phillies money line, Braves money line. A minus 300 in there. Nice. This is going to be like plus 182. All right, so Yankees money line. Giants or Angels? They voted for Angels. Padres, Mariners was Mariners, and Dodgers. All right, third leg of the parlay up and running. I have a feeling the community's going to snap out of this slump today. Everyone's like, Braves are going to kill it again. Braves, not the Braves again. Everyone is like scarred from the community parlay has been torched by the Braves so many times in the last 2 weeks. Toast loves it. All right, let's go. Dodgers won by a lot. Phillies, Braves, Dodgers, and then let's do the 3 second place finishers, which are
I don't love
Twins.
Go ahead, Sauce.
We have Twins, Cubs, Yankees. Oh, Yankees and Mariners tied, so we'll do a 4-1. Twins, Cubs, Yankees, Mariners. Vote on the last leg of this parlay. Let's see. I don't know. I kind of hope. I don't know. I don't know which one I'm rooting for. I'm on the same side.
Better price.
I'm on the same side as every single one on there, so I like all these teams. Looks like it's going to be the Cubs. Give it another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Cubs it is.
588.
588. We're snapping it today. The community parlay is getting snapped. The slump's over. Phillies money line, Braves money line, Dodgers money line, Cubs money line, plus 588. Yeah. So that's it. Thanks as always for tuning in. I have 3 top bets tonight. If you're interested in that, they're at this link right there. Check it out. Toast and Jay, thanks for joining. If you are interested in their stuff, make sure you check out their Twitters. I'm assuming most of you probably already follow both of them, but if you don't, their names are right there underneath. You can find all their stuff. Let's have ourselves a great Wednesday. We're off to a good start, man. If Oakland wins this, I'll be off to a really nice start. Might be posting a live bet later. We'll see. Everyone, have a lovely Wednesday. Me, Toast, will be back tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. with the commish. So we'll see you then. Let's have a good night.